Another good note I need to make, mainly for myself, so I know when I'm building this. This thing spins counterclockwise. Let's see, I'll turn it over. Come here. Alright. See? Counterclockwise. So, that's a good note to make, because that means that's going to depend on which side of the bike it mounts on. One side it will make it go forward, one side it will make it go backwards. I'll have to do a little bit of thinking. I usually use a drill to tell me which way it goes. Yes. So, but anyway, counterclockwise. So, here's the mounting plan for the engine. Since it spins counterclockwise, with my drill test, I discovered that the engine needs to be mounted on this side, the kickstand side. That actually works to my advantage because the engine will mount a little bit easier. So, I need to use these two holes. And also, I got to grind off a good deal of this back. That's why I have a bench grinder. Oh my gosh, I have a bench grinder. So, I'll grind that off. Drill. I'll have to grind a slot in there. I'll make this all up as I go along. Probably going to do it here at the very end because I can always cut off a bit more up here or down here. I have a die grinder that should be able to do that pretty decent. So anyway, I guess onward, and I really ought to take off the gas tank because that's not doing anything but hurting me at this point. But it mounts on this side, and I have to grind off this bottom part and a good bit here. So I'm off to go find a Sharpie. So woo! I can't believe it. Engine runs. Now all I need is a bike peg of some sorts. Yes. Anyone knows like a cheap big box store for like $5 to get a bike peg? Not. I don't know. I don't know what I'll use yet. I need something metal, tubular, and has a closed end or an end with a small pilot hole. So, you know, can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'll figure it out. So, yes, we're getting closer. Anyway, that concludes the video so far. '65 Schwinn motorization update. We just had an accident, and so I thought now would be a good time because I was drilling a piece of angle iron similar to this murderous weapon, and I was drilling it right here, and the thing caught, and it went whoosh, and actually flew off. It knocked all this stuff over. It had a lot of power behind it. I'm glad it didn't catch me because a point like that, no. And it didn't. You see, it caught that, and then it threw some bolts over there, but I don't know where it went. It's launched itself somewhere, probably under the lawnmower. I bet. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. It's somewhere over here. I don't know. It really flew away with some force. Scared the crap out of me. Cause yeah. So that being said. Look, I did stuff. Yep, I did lots of stuff. Motor still runs, that hasn't changed. Mounted it. All these are tight. I got these two into the block, this one in the block, and this one binds the two together. It spins counterclockwise, and I have a mounting plan. So, we're getting somewhere. If I'll leave this top part on, I might, but the bottom part has to be trimmed at an angle. But basically, I bet this weighs 5 pounds, YouTube? 5 pounds, maybe? Basically, what I want to do is I want to take the engine, and it's going to have to be on this side of the bike because of the counterclockwise rotation, and mount it off of one of these, probably the top hole. Just have to grind off part of the angle iron, the other side. Bolt it where it pivots. Like I said, it's going to have to be cut where it's riding on the wheel. That shaft. Or I'll have a weed eater thing. But just have it like this, and then it can obviously pivot. And to tighten it, just remember what I showed you. If that piece of metal hadn't flew off halfway across the world, that would have been my turnbuckle mount. Because I'll have a piece of angle iron. I'll use Mr. Ominous and Pointy. I hope it didn't pop a tire anywhere. Oh well. I don't know where that thing went. Piece of metal, mount it like this. Have another support just probably take a really thin piece of metal and mount it here so it just won't flex this way. So mount it and it will be shorter than this. It only really needs to be about this long. And then take the turnbuckle and mount it right here. So the turnbuckle is going to be like this, and it can pull on the top of the shack. And so, whoa, I'm falling over. Wow. So it will be pulling somewhere up here. I'll probably have to build a little mount off so it can pull and tighten and act as my clutch. That's my clutch. It's a $2 turnbuckle. Probably should have gotten the $3 one, which was about a quarter bigger, quarter overall length bigger, but I wasn't sure what I needed. So, you know, I'm really wondering where that piece of metal went, because it went flying. I thought it originally cracked. I had my phone sitting right there. I thought it cracked the screen because it did whack it, but it didn't. It didn't, thank goodness. Oh, that would have been depressing. I don't know where it went. It flew somewhere. It really sailed. I don't know. If someone saw a piece of angle iron in the video, real short like that, let me know. It's got to be somewhere over there. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. So I did do some work on this guy. Fast Suzuki, he's in need of a weed eater engine. Just so happens I have a weed eater engine. I think I'm going to trade him for some scrap metal and a bike peg. So the next step is going to be really to mount this, then take, well, I can't mount it till I do the next step. Take this off, put a bicycle peg, take appropriate measurements, grind this, make a turnbuckle mount, which I can do that without the engine mounted yet, and go from there. So I'm going to go hunt for my piece of metal. That's really it. So yeah, we're doing good. And this is an 89 if I haven't mentioned it earlier. 89 20cc Weed Eater Featherlight Plus. And I have to remount my kill switch and worry about a throttle. Then I'm going to go find that metal. Latest. Real quick update before we call it a night. Found the piece of metal that was over there. I guess it bounced off of something. But that's basically the idea. It's going to go up there. That's it.